There's no tyre. Oh no, that's a big mistake.
Ferrari, the most famous, iconic and legendary team in F1. The best of the best.
Wins the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Ferrari take the opening salvo.
But also, somehow, the worst of the worst.
They still haven't got any tyres on the Barrichello.
From the worst strategy calls known to mankind.
We are looking into the swap further into the race.
To pit stop disasters.
A new fast
And nerve-ending drama.
Sebastian Vettel, he has been...
I hope you're ready for 20 minutes of Ferrari f***ing up. It's gonna get increasingly stupider. Singapore, a place where Ferrari either dominates...
Sainz, the winner of the Singapore Grand Prix!
If it's another win for Alonso, Ferrari win again, Fernando Alonso. From pole to flag.
The fireworks tonight are his as a winner. Sebastian Vettel wins the Singapore Grand Prix.
or self-destructs.
Oh no! That's a big mistake. Massa's gone.
Yeah. Big moment off the wall. Carlos Sainz has lost it into the barriers to bring out the yellow flag.
But these two upcoming moments, man, oh my god, they were low.
Charles, we need to bring the car home, Charles.
Let's start in 2017. Vettel on pole, Raikkonen in 4th, and Hamilton starting a lowly 5th. A great setup for a championship, right? Yeah, no.
Down away we go. Verstappen gets an excellent start. Sebastian Vettel needs to cover him off. Kimi Raikkonen on the inside, and he's crashed with Verstappen. He's hit Vettel as well. Raikkonen is out before the first corner, and he's gone into the Red Bull there as well.
Not even a minute into the race and chaos erupted. Shocking. And guess who calmly tiptoed through the wreckage? Exactly.
Hamilton wins in Singapore and is 28 points clear.
Staying calm, he cruised to victory while Ferrari's social media team scrambled to defend their reputation. And for once, it wasn't entirely Ferrari's fault. That's why by 2019, the Scuderia came back with new aspirations and a shot at redemption. Leclerc stormed to pole on Saturday, and his start on Sunday was flawless. So theoretically, there was no way for the Monegasque to lose the lead, right? Come on, we're talking about Ferrari here.
Hasn't got enough life in those tyres to really hit hammer time and
Look
get
at
out
these two.
ahead
Look
of
at these
Vettel.
two.
Well, Vettel's going to get ahead of Leclerc here, and he is.
I thought he would. I don't think Vettel's pit stop was that slow.
So
He's undercut him. It's cost track position for Leclerc.
They pitted Seb first for an undercut, surprising Charles as he was driving out of the pit lane. The reason? I'm glad you asked. Look, as Binotto would later admit, this was done to boost the Germans' confidence and trust in the team. Debatable. The cracks in Ferrari's driver dynamics were starting to show. From ego battles in Sochi.
We are looking into the swap further into the race.
Yeah, no problem. This I understand.
the swap further into the race.
And Sebastian will lead you by next lap.
I would have got him anyways.
To tense arguments on the radio, the tension kept building until it all came crashing down in Brazil. It's November 17th, 2019, Interlagos. A track rich in history, and on this day, filled with the smell of broken dreams for the Tifosi. By now, both championships were locked, and the Scuderia was comfortably sitting in second, relatively safe from Red Bull in third. In other words, the drivers had nothing serious to fight for, except pride. And that, my friends, is when the real drama begins. Lap 66, drivers were sitting in 4th and 5th, in different strategies and with free rein to fight. Leclerc, on fresher tyres, made an aggressive but clean move into turn 1 to overtake Vettel.
He just wants to get past his teammates, which he does. Charles Leclerc down the inside of Sebastian Vettel.
The crowd roared. The Tifosi breathed a sigh of relief, but the drama was far from over. As they raced down the Retta Apposta, Vettel responded, using DRS to storm past Leclerc. But just as he was completing the pass,
Earlier, oh no, he's got a puncture. They made contact, and Charles Leclerc's got a puncture caused by contact with his teammate Sebastian Vettel.
The puncture, what the hell is he doing? Sorry. Puncture. Mein Gott, Superstein! Ein Fuck mich, Bau!
double DNF. Absolute cinema. Mamma mia. Forget Netflix, this was the real shit. Ferrari's hopes for a solid result went up in smoke, and the pit lane turned into a scene of stunned silence. Funnily enough, it wasn't the first time Ferrari mechanics suffered a heartbreak. The Iceman, Mr. Kimi himself, was ready for another race. No pressure, no stress. This time we're in Bahrain. The year is 2018 and Ferrari looked poised for another strong result. The Finn was running in a solid P3, staying in the mix for any situation happening up front. And boy, did a situation happen. On lap 36, Kimi was called into the pits for what should have been a routine tyre change. Instead, it became a fucking nightmare. Ferrari's crew stumbled to execute the two-stop strategy with precision, but the rear left tyre had other plans, causing a critical delay. Despite this, Ferrari's automated pit stop light system flashed green. What happened next was a horror show.
And he will definitely... Oh no!
Oh no, Kimi Räikkönen out and has hit one of the mechanics.
The pit lane fell silent. Francesco Cigarini, a trusted member of Ferrari's pit crew, had been struck by the car. Kimi stopped a few meters ahead after the team urgently told him to halt.
Stop the car, Kimi, stop the car.
Meanwhile, medics rushed to help Francesco, who was clearly in serious pain. It was a shocking moment for Ferrari and the entire F1 community. Francesco was rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery, where doctors confirmed he had suffered fractures to the tibia and fibula of his left leg. So this was bad. Like, really, really bad. However, despite the severity of the injury, Francesco displayed extraordinary resilience. He later took to social media, sharing updates on his recovery and expressing heartfelt gratitude to fans for their unwavering support. At the same time, the FIA fined Ferrari over $50,000 for the unsafe release, but no fine, no matter the amount, could erase the shock and lasting impact of that chaotic moment. For Kimi, this wasn't just a failed pit stop. In the end, Ferrari issued statements of regret and vowed to review their procedures, but this wouldn't be their last fuck-up in Bahrain. And although I thought running your team member over was as bad as it could get, oh boy, I was wrong. 2019 was an interesting season for Ferrari. They had an engine so powerful, rivals whispered about witchcraft. A driver lineup so epic, fans were practically shitting their pants. And then there was Binotto.
Buonasera.
The Tifosi were hyped, and everyone was asking, what could go wrong? Stupid question. This is Ferrari we're talking about. And although Charles looked unstoppable, pole on Saturday, pace on Sunday. Stars were lining up for a dream weekend. Or so we thought.
There's something strange with the engine.
Okay, copy that, we are checking it.
There's something strange with the engine.
Cue heartbreak. Leclerc's engine decided it had had enough glory for one weekend and clocked out early, leaving him as easy prey for Hamilton, Bottas, and almost Verstappen. Before a late safety car saved his ass, I guess. We were just getting started, and as the dust settled in Bahrain, questions began to surface. Was Ferrari's newfound power a genuine breakthrough, or just a mirage in the desert? These whispers about Ferrari's magic engine were growing louder. By the end of the season, the FIA came knocking, and what came next would turn Ferrari's rocket ship into a flying brick. As 2019 unfolded, it became clear that Ferrari was capable of two things: breathtaking ways to mess it all up, or breathtaking speed on the straights. But suspicion grew, especially in Monza. So what did they do? They had reportedly found a way to trick the FIA's fuel flow sensor, which measures how much fuel passes through the engine. The team sent fuel in pulses, the legal amount when the sensor was active, and a bit extra when it wasn't. Visually, this is what happened. This gave them more power without breaking the exact rules, though it went against the spirit of the rule. The FIA couldn't prove Ferrari was cheating, so behind the scenes, they signed a mysterious and confidential agreement. The Scuderia revealed their trick, and in return, they avoided punishment. And it's in this moment, just before the start of the 2020 season, where all hopes went in the trash. Enter the SF1000, a car designed around the now restricted 2019 power unit. With less power from the engine, the SF1000's aerodynamics became its Achilles heel. Too much drag, not enough downforce, and no straight line speed. The signs were clear. Ferrari weren't fighting for wins anymore. They were fighting for survival.
Together there, well, that's really taken
Pressure from George Russell, who wanted to get...
Brakes failed.
Oh, and Sebastian Vettel goes straight through.
Hang on a minute.
Good Sebastian Vettel.
heading backwards.
Let's be real, that car was absolute dog shit. How, with all those resources, do you end up with a car that finishes 6th in the Constructors' Championship? Unacceptable. But you know what else is unacceptable? You not being subscribed. You felt it coming, huh? Let's take a look at that one place in the racing world where engines don't matter. Monte Carlo, the glitz, the glamour, and Ferrari doubling down on black when they should have gone all in on red. It's practically tradition at this point. From Massa
bloquea. Uf, no ha sido antes. Y otra vez aquí.
to Prost.
Inside and taking Prost and saves Berger, and that's it. Berger hits Prost.
To, of course, Leclerc.
Up in Monaco and dream of.
Oh no! I say that! I've done it!
And as we know, history has to repeat itself. And in 2019, Ferrari decided to gamble again and paid the price again and again. See, it all started and ended in Q1.
And box now, box. Next car behind is Albon on an outlap. And box now.
Charles Leclerc is in the garage. If a lot of people improve here, Charles Leclerc could be in a bit of trouble as well. He is 12th, but Ferrari might just think that he is above the cut-off point, as Norris was 15th, crosses the line, goes 7th, pushes Leclerc down. So Ferrari, whatever way they're looking, they are getting just a little bit twitchy. Albon goes ahead of Charles Leclerc, goes into 13th place. Round the final corner, Perez has finished, he is out. Sebastian Vettel now crosses the line, goes fastest by a tenth of a second, and Charles Leclerc is out of qualifying.
Here, Ferrari in their infinite wisdom decided Leclerc didn't need another lap. He's safe, they said. Famous last words. However, Charles wasn't about to let his home crowd down without a fight. Starting near the back, there was only one way forward, taking risks. And for a while, it worked. He passed Norris with ease.
One last as Charles Leclerc gets past Lando Norris and up into 13th place.
And pulled off an outrageous move on Grosjean.
But he's under pressure here, Gunther. I'm just going to upset you a little bit and tell you.
The crowd roared. The Tifosi dared to hope. And then came lap 9. One word. Pain.
Oh, that one didn't work.
It didn't work at all. Charles Leclerc has gone for it again.
Sure, this one's on Charles. Driver error, plain and simple. But he shouldn't have ever been here in the first place. And as they say, Monaco may be the crown jewel, but Vegas, I mean, there's no place like Vegas, right? One of the most anticipated events of 2024. Still trying to forget Brazil.
Flag. Oh, and we see the Ferrari going around. Into the wall. Carlos Sainz can't keep it on the road.
Ferrari arrived with momentum, with wins in Mexico and Austin. They were ready to go for it again. The team entered the race with high hopes, having shown strong pace during practice and qualifying. Sainz and Leclerc started in competitive positions, aiming to challenge McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. But what unfolded on race day was a series of strategic blunders and miscommunications that left fans questioning Ferrari's decision-making yet again. One of the most glaring moments was on lap 27 when Sainz was instructed to pit, only to be told to stay out at the very last second.
Get off these tires. Fox me, guys, fox me.
Yep, clear instructions from the cockpit.
Yes, no. Let Charles by, and box.
Sainz being told to swap positions. That's one thing to issue the instruction. Might be another thing to let both cars by. How does he do this? Through goes Leclerc. That was well driven from Carlos Sainz. What a tough position. Does he peel into the pits? He does, ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
Stay out, stay out, stay out.
Ah, he's gone deep. He's gone on, and he's cut the line as he does so.
The team later admitted they were simply not ready for his stop.
What happened? We're not ready. Wake up, guys, come on!
But of course, with Ferrari, this was only the start. Ferrari struggled to manage team orders effectively, with Sainz and Leclerc trading positions on multiple occasions.
Line and 4th position as he goes past Charles Leclerc. These two have been passing and repassing all day.
At one point, Leclerc was visibly frustrated over the radio, complaining about the strategy and the lack of coordination.
Carlos has been told to not overtake, but it's really close. He might be just in front. He has been told to not put you under pressure. So just take care of your tyres.
Maybe try Spanish.
The circus act didn't just cost individual performances, it almost handed McLaren a golden ticket to the Constructors' Championship. Anyway, this night just showed how messed up things were at Ferrari once again. Nothing new. To truly understand how these moments built up, let's rewind to one of the most heartbreaking examples of individual brilliance undone by a single mistake. Paul Ricard, a track so visibly cursed with its migraine-inducing blue stripes that it had been nicknamed the Blue Hell. In 2022, it was shaping up to be a defining race for Ferrari, and as we've seen throughout this video, for Charles Leclerc's aspirations. After a commanding lap in qualifying, Percival found himself on pole position, ready to close the championship gap to Max Verstappen. And that's exactly how his start played out, commanding. Leclerc skillfully held off the Red Bull in a fierce display of defensive driving, engaging in an intense battle from the very first laps to maintain his lead. By lap 16, Ferrari seemed to have the race under control, as Leclerc's pace and tyre management kept Verstappen at bay. Red Bull attempted an undercut by pitting Verstappen early on lap 17.
Box, Max. Box.
At this stage, we're hearing that Max Verstappen is coming into the pits. So, of the leaders, it is Max Verstappen who makes the first stop.
Ferrari, confident in their strategy, kept Leclerc on track, but just one lap later, disaster struck.
Got off!
Leclerc, it's Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc! It's crashed out of the French Grand Prix after leading so much of it. Lapping.
Leclerc lost control of his F175 through turn 11, spinning off into the barriers. The crash ended his race and brought out a safety car.
Are you okay?
I cannot put throttle.
Now it's your percent.
Initially, Leclerc's team radio suggested a mechanical failure, potentially related to the throttle issues he had encountered in the Austrian GP. However, he later dropped this statement.
Can you just talk us through what happened, please?
Lost the rear. That's it.
Do you think it was wind, or was it maybe something technical on the car?
I don't know. Technically, we need to check. I don't think there is. I think it's just a mistake. Try to take too much around the outside, put the wheel probably somewhere dirty, but it's my fault, and if I keep doing mistakes like this, then I deserve to not win the championship. So the level is very high this year. I'm performing at a high level, but if I keep doing those mistakes, then it's pointless to be at a high level.
I don't even know what to say. In the end, Leclerc's crash handed Verstappen an easy victory, extending the Dutchman's lead in the championship to 63 points. And to make things worse, Carlos Sainz added to the team's troubles. Despite a strong recovery drive after starting at the back due to engine penalties, the Spaniard received a 5-second time penalty for an unsafe release during pit stop.
Ferrari, it could be an unsafe release as well, and it will be. Oh no.
Carlos Sainz has got a 5-second time penalty.
Yep, you heard that right. The greatest showman, ladies and gentlemen. From blue stripes to red chaos. Truly unforgettable. But if you think this was Ferrari's theatrical peak, let's revisit a pure classic from 2006. Here's the thing about Formula 1. When the stakes get high, the excuses climb even higher. And in 2006, Michael Schumacher, yes, the Kaiser himself, delivered a moment so brazen, so hilariously audacious, it felt less like a qualifying session and more like the climax of a heist movie. The prize? Pole position at Monaco, where track position is the ultimate weapon. The plan? Let's just say it involved some creative use of the gearbox. By then, Schumacher had already won Monaco 5 times and was gunning for a record tie-in 6th victory to match Ayrton Senna. And we all know how much Senna meant to him.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is your 41st victory, which puts you in equal second all time with Ayrton Senna. Do those records mean a lot to you?
It does mean a lot to me. Sorry.
Now, let's set the stage. It was a season of redemption for Schumacher after a disastrous 2005 where Ferrari struggled under restrictive tyre regulations. 2006 brought new life. Tyre changes were back, and Ferrari's new 2.4L V8 engine looked promising. Schumacher wasn't just back, he was in a heated championship fight with Fernando Alonso. Coming into Monaco, Alonso led the standings with 54 points, while Schumacher trailed with 39, a gap Michael was so desperate to close. Qualifying started dramatically. Felipe Massa crashed out at Casino Square, bringing out the red flags and leaving Schumacher as Ferrari's only hope. In Q3, Schumacher laid down a 1:13.898, provisionally securing pole position, but with the session still ongoing, Alonso and others were flying flying on their final laps. And then, with just moments left, a parking lot mysteriously appeared, right in the middle of the track.
El volante encendido, parece que se le ha calado ahí.
Schumacher had stopped his car at Rasgas, bringing qualifying to a dramatic halt. Coincidence? Come on, don't be stupid. The incident had a massive influence on the session, most notably Alonso's lap, who missed out on pole by just a fraction of a second. For less than a tenth. Mate, the paddock erupted. Drivers, teams, commentators, no one believed Schumacher's story of a simple mistake. As soon as the session ended, accusations started flying. Alonso was more diplomatic, but visibly frustrated, while Mark Webber was caught on camera shaking his head in disbelief. The stewards launched an investigation right away. Schumacher insisted it was an honest error.
Watch the video and you see that I pushed hard, locked up, started sliding and run out of road,
claiming he locked up and couldn't avoid the incident, but the onboard footage told a different story. It showed Michael making a suspicious steering correction right before stopping, strategically blocking the racing line. Years later, Felipe Massa revealed that Ross Brawn had jokingly mentioned,
and Ross Brawn said, "Yeah, maybe we can create a yellow flag." And he said no. I said, for fun, huh? Not a serious thing, for fun.
But the events at Rasgas gave that comment a chilling new relevance. Anyway, his actions earned him a one-way ticket to the steward's office. The verdict? His times were deleted, and he was relegated to the back of the grid. Alonso inherited pole, and the Kaiser's reputation took a different hit. But if you think that's where the story ends, think again. On race day, with everyone expecting him to quietly blend into the pack, Schumi went full I am the fucking GOAT mode. He delivered a masterclass in damage control, climbing an astonishing 15 positions. What a feat. Yet, no matter how brilliant the recovery, the controversy overshadowed everything. Had Schumacher avoided the Rasgas stunt, he could have started on pole and likely won the race. Instead, his actions cost him critical points and left a mark on his legacy. The incident, however, lives on in F1 lore. Years later in 2014, Nico Rosberg faced similar accusations at Monaco, though the FIA cleared him of any wrongdoing. But the comparisons to Michael's infamous move? Inevitable. Now, it's one thing to manipulate a race, but what happens when the people you trust the most stab you in the back with the worst car ever made? Say hello to the F14T. 2014 brought a seismic shift to Formula One. Remember the iconic 2.4-litre V8 engines? Gone, replaced by 1.6-litre turbocharged V6 hybrids. In any case, it was a revolution in engineering. Mercedes had prepared for this opportunity with precision, crafting a car that would dominate for years upon years. Ferrari, on the other hand, stumbled out of the gate. The F14T wasn't just a poor effort, it was a calamity. The car's design, with its bulbous nose and awkward proportions, felt like a visual apology for what was to come. The idea behind that homunculus? Well, Ferrari's engineers pursued bold innovations, like positioning the engine further forward to create a slimmer rear end and improve airflow. On paper, it sounded like a stroke of genius, but in reality, it was a recipe for disaster. Shifting the engine's position completely threw off the car's balance, making it a nightmare to handle through corners. And to make matters worse, the decision to use smaller turbochargers for more compact packaging came at a steep cost, sacrificing both power and efficiency. The result? A car that couldn't match its rivals on the straights and was alarmingly unstable in the corners. But the hybrid system? Oh boy, the hybrid system was the cherry on this disaster cake. Alonso and Raikkonen were blindsided by sudden bursts of power mid-corner, destabilizing the car at critical moments. I mean, what the fuck, Ferrari? The driver's struggles were excruciating to watch. Fernando Alonso, the man who could wring performance out of a lawnmower, was reduced to short shifting and delicate throttle inputs to keep the car on track. And Kimi, let's just say his ice-cool demeanor was tested to its limits. Far from the podiums he deserved. Alonso, delusioned and frustrated, left the team at the end of the year. On the other side, the Finn stayed, but his confidence in Ferrari was clearly shaken. This wasn't just a failure of engineering, it was a failure of identity. Before you click off, make sure you subscribe. And remember, I don't have anything against Ferrari, as Vettel would say.
Everybody's a Ferrari fan.
I'd rather laugh than cry about it. Let's put it that way. If you want to see even more moments like these, make sure you watch this one next. And as always, thank you for watching.